Hello everyone, Overlord21 here, and I am doing a short overview of everything I've seen in the trailer so far, pointing out some things that some people might have noticed and give some input into it. Alright, so let's start with the beginning of it. I like the fact that the lava's right there. You love to see the lava. Lava on Monster Island. It's a true classic. I do like how it looks here though, very, very colorful. Anyway, to the monsters. Oh, look at him. Look at Orga. He looks so good. He looks like an absolute beast in this game. I like the little cannon on his shoulder there. I like that there's that little light there so you can see that's right there. Very reminiscent of the movies. You'll love to see it. It's good stuff for sure. I'm definitely vibing there. And then there's Godzilla 2000s. Yeah, they actually showed off Godzilla 2000s. He looks a little weird at this front angle, but he does look better more in the trailer. Like right here, for example, he looks a lot better. He looks a lot better here. You can also see the spikes. They aren't purple. It seems like they kind of give a pinkish vibe. Kind of a pink vibe. Very interesting when you think about it. Kind of makes me think of his older game appearances. We're going to go a little bit further back because I wanted to see. So we got the jab. We got the kick. We see the little red highlight when your opponent gets damaged. You see the yellow flash there. You will definitely be seeing those particle effects a lot later in the trailers, so be prepared to see them a lot. You'll also see blue for blunt attacks, yellow for the edged, as you see here. We see Godzilla doing his overhead slam. Let's see, can we bump up the quality? Okay, there we go. We can bump up the quality. Let's bump it up. Look at him. He's going to do that slam. Orga's like, please help me. No help for you on that one, buddy. You're just going straight to the ground on that one. Yeah, I like the overhead slam. All the moves so far look very reminiscent of Destroy Monsters Melee. You'll love to see it. I'm liking what I see so far. I mean, aside from Godzilla's head from the front looking a little weird, aside from that, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. But we got Orga with the Fierce button. Looks very similar to how he normally does. And then, of course, there's Jab. There's a little wind effect here. That was not reminiscent in the original game, showing that wind effect. I don't really have anything to add there. And then of course there's forward kick, the classic, the certified classic that forces your opponent to toe stub. Very powerful. Because as you can see here, Godzilla's just like, what are you doing, man? Hit him on the foot, and there's the toe stub, which definitely confirms toe stubs are coming back. That'll be very powerful in this game, just simply because toe stubs were ridiculously good. I mean, they were good in both games, but Destroy All Monsters, toe stubs were everywhere. Absolutely everywhere, and it looks like the game's going to take a lot of cues from that, so keep that in mind. Yep. There's the classic toss my enemy in the air and hit it with my tail grab. Also, notice this little highlight here, little blue highlight that shows a building you can pick up. I like that. I actually really like that because the red highlight was okay in the original game, but it was kind of hard to see. So I think the blue highlight's a good one. Also, we get to see Orga in the air. The tail swipe did a solid bit of damage. Red highlight, knock Orga that way. And then there's the body slam. They got the Orga body slam. Look at that. We'll go back a little bit. Look at that. Orga with the body slam. That's a good one. Don't pay attention to the tail there. Don't pay attention. Boom, baby. Spirit bomb his face. Oh, it looks like it highlights red when you're close enough. Oh, yeah. Also, that was the paralyzing goo. Looks like it's about the same as it always was. Gives your opponent a little stun effect. That's new. That's a new little stun effect, so you can tell that your opponent's stunned. Orga hits with the big old kick to Godzilla's back, and Godzilla's sent flying. There's the beam attack. Not really great looking. Not great. That's definitely something they should work on. I like the glow from the spines, though. The glow from the spines is super nice. To the next bit. Of course, there's Rodan. Look at him. He looks like Rodan. Looks like they gave him a new intro. I like the spikes on his head. It really gives me Fire Rodan vibes. Fire Rodan vibes. I'm pretty sure this is just Fire Rodan. But with the browns, similar to how he was in the show era, which is a nice touch. And of course, there's the GOAT, Mecha Godzilla. Showa Mecha Godzilla. They got him instead of the 90s version here today. I think he looks great in this game. There's definitely some things they could do. Oh, look at him. Yeah, you get to see the building marks crumble. You get to see him punch forward. Very similar to how, actually different from how his 90s counterpart is. I'm pretty sure the hitboxes are the same, but it looks like it's very much changed some animation details to account for the fact that this is Showa Mecha Godzilla, not his 90s counterpart. Also, that is his chest laser. They basically ported over Plasma Grenade's moveset, but gave it a slightly different lighting effect. Also, I didn't notice that green right there. That's a very interesting detail. That was up fierce he used there, knocked Rodan straight into the sky. It's a pretty solid move in the original game. It's like if you see any Mecha Godzilla footage, you'll see Plasma Grenade all the time. Plasma Grenade was like one of his defining attributes in the original game. It was a very good button. You'll definitely see that in the remaster a lot, I'm sure. Maybe some changes on the lighting would probably be a good idea, though. Oh, little building marks right there. Didn't notice that, but that's a cool little detail. I like that. And behold the missiles. It seems like they changed around how the finger missiles look. It seems like the missiles are going to be a lot more all over the place. I could imagine that they'll have some great explosive properties. That or they'll all start homing in on the target after they fire. That's me just guessing, though. But we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Yep, that's Jump Fierce. It is a move of all time. It looks really goofy with Mecha Godzilla. I love it. I love it. I like how it looks on him. It is not a good move in the original game, and I'm assuming it's going to be about the same here. Rodan Back Fierce is Wind Gust. It looks like you can actually send your opponent flying whenever they're on neutral. I'm assuming Mechagodzilla didn't block here, because if he blocked here, the move would have stunned him instead of sending him flying. I like the little gust of wind at the center. The wind of gust in the center is a very nice detail. I like it. I like it. Got Rodan with Rage. I'm not sure if they have a red hue on him or anything. It doesn't look like it. Looks like Rodan's using his beam. As you can see here, Mechagodzilla is doing a classic block, just like his 90s counterpart. Although it does look a little bit more static than his original version, but I think that's fine. He was kind of a static looking character in the movies, so I think that's fine. And then look at Gigan. There's the Giganator. And then Anguirus. Looks like we got the double kicks. Anguirus tried to go for an attack, but oh, what's this? Energy Shotgun. Energy Shotgun is not only back, but it looks like they increased the range of it too. It's also single shot, like it's single shot, just like his Save the Earth counterpart, which I think is a good decision because in the original game, the move's range was not great. Like, sure, the damage from the triple shot's nice, but it had so many problems dealing with just the blocking. Like, if you fight against Godzilla 90s and the dude's like even slightly to the left or the right of you, the move will just straight up miss. Its hitbox was horrible. This looks like it'll be a much better hitbox, though. This, I think, is a good change for Gigan. I've yet to really take into account his other moves, though. They seem about the same, but I do like the new energy shotgun. As long as it hits on the ground and lets him get a forward punch and jump punch afterwards, I'd say that's definitely an upgrade for him, which he kind of just needs in general. Also, building destruction. I like it. We got ourselves a normal kick. You even have the little wind motion over here. Is Anguirus... Why is Anguirus red? Oh, it must be the rage effect. He must have rage. No, wait. It's just him being hit. Never mind. Right. Jab. Looks like it did okay damage. Looks like a jab of all time. Little buzzsaw effect. Does not look all that interesting, if I'm being honest. The buzzsaw does not really interest me. Like, it looks cool. But in terms of hitboxes, it's like, whatever, really. Although it looks like it does solid damage. If it does good damage, it might actually be worth using that move for once. We have Anguirus doing the funny grab, where he just does that. His tail attack looks about the same as it always does. He transitions immediately to down fierce. Big old hit. Sends Gigan flying, but weirdly enough, doesn't really send him that far. It looks like that either one, the rubble, the buildings being mixed in, kind of messed with the launching angle of Anguirus's attack, which for this game does happen sometimes. Sometimes, like for example, if you use Orga's grab, the one where he slams his opponent down to the ground, if there's like a building or some kind of obstruction in the way, it just causes your opponent to just stay on the ground and it doesn't bounce them back up. Which for Orga, that could be a problem on some maps. And it looks like Anguirus might have that issue with Down Fierce. Also, it doesn't look like he can do his building cancel out of this. I mean, he might be able to. We'll have to wait and see, but it looks like he doesn't. So it'd be a shame if he can't, but at this point, I'm just spitballing here. Oh, look at my boy Megalon. Look at him. He's so good. His model looks great. I love how he looks. There he is, Megalon. He's got his goofy animations. Oh, his eyes go down a bit. And then, of course, Mecha King Ghidorah, the GOAT. Absolutely one of the best characters in the original game. And unless they nerfed him, he's probably going to be the best character in this game, too. I like how his eyes look for the mecha part. Like, the mecha part on him just looks fantastic. I love the little details on his wings and all that stuff. It just looks great. Great model. Look at him. He's such a big boy. Oh, man, he looks so big compared to Megalon. It's crazy. It looks like he did jab into forward punch. Just kind of normal stuff there. We'll go back a little bit. Jab, fierce, and then forward punch. Looks like we transitioned to Megalon doing the classic throw. Now here's something that I find interesting. Did you see that? Let's pause it real quick. And he while he was blocking, he got hit by that attack, and he was able to burrow under the ground, even though he's getting hit by the beam. If this happened in vanilla, Bro would have been pushed back a fair amount, and his weapon would just, absolutely, the weapon would just push him back super far, and he'd just take a bunch of damage, and he wouldn't be able to do this. But for some reason, he was able to burrow underground. I want to watch that again, because this is a part that really intrigues me. Okay, so it looks like he does get hit. Let me see if I can slow it down a little bit. Playback speed. Let's see, will this make it slower? Okay, no. It didn't really do what I quite wanted it to do. Alright, super slow. Okay, good. And let's see. Okay, so he's charging up his beam. Bro gets hit by the beam. Wait, did they seriously give Burrow super armor against weapon attacks? If that's true. Oh, Megalon. Megalon might actually be not second worst character in the game anymore. He might not be, because then you'll actually be able to deal with stuff like this. Anyway, let's restore the playback. Let's restore it real quick. And there we go. Yeah, that looks crazy good, though. Just burrows on the ground. Because that looked like a fully charged beam too, because all three of Ghidorah's heads were using the charge thing. Which, by the way, Mecha King Ghidorah should be able to do a purple taser at the center. I'm just saying. Purple taser, I mean, not purple taser, purple laser. Just like he was in the original game as well as the movie. But I love to see that. Oh, did you see that red effect? Little red effect. Yeah, super effective damage. Basically confirms that resistances are in this game, even though that was already shown off in the last trailer. But I just thought I'd bring that point double home. Looks like he was able to hit the barrier. Megalon bounces off of it. I like that little effect in the blue. That's a very nice tone there. And then, of course, Destoroyah. Looks like Chonkamonka, absolute mad lad. Kiryu as well. Oh, we got some jabs in here. A normal jab, looks normal. Pretty fast, though. It seems like they made Kiryu a little bit faster compared to his Showa era counterpart. His Showa era counterpart looked like his jab was slower compared to Kiryu. So it looks like they made him faster, which I think that's a huge plus for him. He was kind of just a character that existed in the original game, if I'm being honest. Yep, the classic spinneroo with multiple hits. The uppercut that hits like a truck, bounce off barrier. Oh, there was a building being chucked. Also, that destruction right there. Kiryu being hit in the face. Yep. Monster throwing. Knocked down to the ground. And then Kiryu with the classic fierce throw. I believe that's his fierce throw. I could be wrong, though. I get the buns mixed up between them pretty hard. But it's a classic. I love this throw. It's a good one. Because you can also get a combo off of it with kicks and stuff. You might be able to in this as well, so keep that in mind. Of course, there's King Ghidorah, the GOAT. Also, best character in the game. Him and Mecha King Ghidorah are basically the two best characters in the original game. So much so to the point we have them banned in tournaments, so a little awkward there, but yeah. Great characters, though. I love playing them, even if they're pretty cheap. Of course, there's Godzilla 90s, another GOAT. We like him. Looks like he looks about the same as he always does. It's very interesting seeing the tail attack not really push the Ghidorahs at all. I think that's a little weird. I wonder if they changed the resistance system there. Though it might also just be the bow in the way, because that's a thing in this game, is that if there's like a building behind you or any of that stuff, your character doesn't move. Which is very funny, because some characters like Gigan could just keep you trapped in there with the his energy shotgun. It goes tap, 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 and the opponent just gets stuck there and takes a bunch of damage to the face. It's really funny. It's kind of whatever, though. He's still a bad character. We got the classic kick. Ghidorah doing the back punch. Slams Godzilla straight to the ground. Oh, wait. I just noticed something. Hold on. Look at this. There's a little Godzilla icon right there. What is that? I wonder if that's them indicating the locations of where the power-ups are or something. That's very interesting. Well, we'll just see as the movie, when we get more information about the game coming out. But either way, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Though I definitely toned down some of the effects a little bit, changed around some of the effects here and there, and I'd also changed Godzilla 2000's head a bit because that looks a little too rounded. Reminds me of -1 Godzilla. Also, Ghidorah Flight Beam. Not super inspired looking for the lightning, but it's kind of okay. Looks like his beam still does good damage like it always does. Very scary, but it's cool seeing him flying in the air though. That classic throw, I love that throw. It's a good one for him. Where he just throws his opponent in the air, hits them with his heads, and then ends with a triple. You love to see that one. It's one of my favorites. Because you can also use it to combo off of barriers and that sort of thing too. The get up attack. The get up attack's a classic. Oh, now I know what that is. That's the I think that's new power up icons actually. I think that's the new power up icon. So it's like, oh, this is the hell spot. I'm guessing that other one was the rage spot. I think that's what that was. I think that's what it was. Although I could be wrong. I could be wrong. The little wind effect, blue effect, sending Godzilla flying with the get up attack. Godzilla charging his beam. Beam looks pretty pathetic if I'm being honest. They definitely should one, make it bigger, two, not so turquoise blue, make it more like a ocean, maybe not ocean blue, a darker blue. Probably a darker blue, something like that. That should work. Then there's Godzilla with this classic throw directly to Ghidorah's chest. That is a money shot though. That's a good shot. I love that shot. That's a good one. Yeah, that's it looks like a normal throw to me, all right. And then we got the end title. And of course, the most important part, demo coming to Steam October 15th. And if you know me, I am going to absolutely make a bunch of videos on the demo. Do not worry about that. There will be videos. I'll be showing off all the stuff I can of the demo and see all the good stuff that's happening. But yeah, this is good. I like the trailer for what it is. Is it perfect? No. Is there work to be done? I would say so, but nothing that can't be done within the span of 2 months, I would say. Overall, I'm pretty confident about this game, mostly because I am noticing small differences that I would say were kind of important and distinct from the original game. Because there was some teething issues with the original game, some buttons here and there that need some work. And it looks like for a couple of the buttons, they did some changes that I think are more or less positive from a gameplay point of view. I know the models are kind of iffy for some people, and the effects. The effects are definitely the part that people have talked about the most. Mostly like things involving Godzilla's beam here and that sort of stuff. I get that. And the beams. Especially Mecha Ghidorah. That middle beam needs to be purple. Please, please make it purple. It has to be purple. That's how it was in the original game, and I want it to stay that way. Because the particle effects in the original game were actually really good. So seeing them being a little jank here is not great. But it is kind of whatever, though. Oh yeah, whenever Ghidorah was charging up his beam, it had that little rage indicator going on. Well, not rage, but it had that little thing going on. Also, freeze tank. Freeze tank model, ladies and gentlemen. Freeze tank. Anyway, I think I'll go ahead and end this video here. I've been talking quite a while about all the changes in the trailer that I noticed, and even some things I noticed while I was watching this. Yeah, that should be it for now. I hope you all enjoyed the video. You all have a wonderful day now. Do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you around for the next video. You take care now. Peace, and bye-bye.